Welcome to the SVG-TV news for Tuesday, October 1st. I'm Khalil Cato with the details. Accused murderer Vernon Primus is now back at Her Majesty's prisons after escaping custody early this morning. Primus is said to have contacted lawyer Jomo Thomas about his whereabouts, who reportedly met him at the grammar school playing field at Richmond Hill and then handed the escaped remand prisoner over to the police at the headquarters in Kingstown. Primus, 32, is awaiting trial at Her Majesty's prisons for the 2015 fatal stabbing of real estate agent Charlene Graves and the 2016 kidnapping of Miwana Hathaway. Primus, who was deported from the U.S., where he lived for 18 years, was indicted in Brooklyn in 2016, 10 years after the 2006 cold case strangulation of Brooklyn teen Chanel Petro Nixon. Commissioner of Police Colin John said there will be a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding Primus's escape from Her Majesty's prison. According to the police commissioner, the remand prisoner was discovered missing from the compound early this morning, which prompted an immediate manhunt for the fugitive. Commissioner John said it is believed that Primus received assistance in his escape and such persons will be held accountable.
He was brought in by his lawyer, Mr. Jomo Thomas. I just want to thank Mr. Thomas for assisting in this regard. We know the first obligation is for the safety of the public and to make sure that justice is done. I just want to thank the lawyer for his assistance in that regard. This matter would be investigated further. It is apparent that Mr. Primus received some level of assistance from someone, and an investigation, a thorough investigation in fact, would be carried out to find out or to get to the bottom of this whole incident. We cannot allow persons who are placed in position of trust to betray their trust to the detriment of the organization or the citizens as a whole. So we have to make sure that persons who are in position of authority are held to account and do what they are supposed to do and nothing less.
Commissioner John said persons can now breathe easier with Primus back in custody.
Yes, because persons have expressed both publicly and privately their apprehension or even fear that he had escaped, and I'm really glad that he is back behind bars and that we can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that he is in custody and persons do not have to be fearful of him.
The police commissioner took the opportunity to thank members of the public who took the time to assist the police with their search to return Primus behind bars.
Well, prior to his being brought in by his lawyer, members of the public reported that they saw him in certain areas, and the police launched a manhunt in that area that he was allegedly seen. So the public is generally cooperative with the police, and I just want to express my appreciation to them for being good citizens and for assisting in law enforcement.
The first cruise line of the season, the Azura, is expected to arrive in Port Kingstown on October 31st, and according to Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Cecil Mackey, they anticipate an increase in cruise ship arrivals for the 2019-2020 season. While not providing a figure of the expected increase, Minister Mackey said this signals a bright tourist season for SVG.
At the end of October, the last day of October, we'll actually have our first cruise call to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that will signal the commencement of the cruise season. And virtually we refer to it as the tourist season here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that will go right up to the month of April. I must also remind the nation that the Caribbean tourism is the Caribbean is known as one of the more tourism-dependent regions in the world. And if we look at the statistics, we'll see that 1 in every 10 jobs created in the countries can be related to tourism. And 1 in every $10 as it relates to foreign exchange and foreign exchange earnings can also be related to tourism. So tourism is a very important sector in the Caribbean.
For the past 4 years, the ministry has reported consecutive increases, which saw more than 250 port calls last year.
The cruise figures are even more impressive. 6%, 21%, 75%, 25%, and for the first 7 months of this year, an increase of 6.4%. And we normally would, well, for last year we received 275,000 passengers by cruise to the destination. So annually, if we take a reflection of what happened in 2018, we welcomed 360,000 visitors to destinations St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Some of the cruise lines expected for this year are the P&O Cruises, Celebrity Cruises, Holland America, and Costa Magica. Most of the cruise visitors will be from the United Kingdom and other European countries. As the opposition New Democratic Party, the NDP, prepares for the upcoming general elections, some of the party's candidates and prospective candidates were given the opportunity at its 41st convention last Sunday to speak on what they have been doing and plan to do if elected into office.
We want to restore hope in the lives of our young people, to let them know that we as a party know that you deserve far better than the YES program. We are saying that we will restore hope in our young people when we as a party generate employment throughout the length and breadth of St. Vincent and Grenadines for our people.
And when November is gone, in December, we will deliver our 3rd annual shut-ins program where we give food basket to the elderly and shut-in for Christmas. Tell them to catch up on that too.
Parliament supported the legislation to establish the cannabis industry in this country. We did that because a person like me from North Lee would understand the importance of it. But right now, the government have declared no amnesty. Part of you getting a license as a ganja farmer, you have to go to the amnesty. No amnesty period has been declared, but this government is giving license. They're breaking the old law and they haven't started yet.
Senator Kay Bacchus-Batiste, who will be one of the new candidates on the NDP ticket vying for the East St. George constituency, said that for the past 2 years she has been making house-to-house visits and has embarked on a number of initiatives which she hopes to build on under an NDP government.
I vow, currently, as your senator in Parliament, I am fighting for you every day. I'm reading what is on the card. When I'm elected as your representative, I will fight for a better future for your children, more jobs, improved standard of living, proper infrastructural development, improved sporting facilities, and I will join with colleagues and other social partners to bring an end to the fear and the violence and the crime that stalk this land.
Meanwhile, a number of local entrepreneurs were given the opportunity to showcase their products in the form of an exhibition prior to the start of Sunday's convention at the Arnesville Sports Complex. Our news team caught up with some of the exhibitors who shared a bit about what they had on showcase and about their businesses.
Consciousness now. So it's all about going strictly organic. You know, hence why this is a product that's going so fast now.
Okay. And what about, I see you have other products like this?
Yeah, apart from the sea moss smoothie, we also have sea moss rum punch, which is also a fast-selling product. Because, you know, apart from the alcohol, everybody, St. Vincent's a culture like to party and we like to have fun. But with the sea moss rum punch, we incorporate a lot of the minerals and the iodine and the stuff from the sea into the rum. So when you're drinking rum, it's not just the raw alcohol. You know, you have a lot of stuff that is actually beneficial for your health. Apart from that, we have some soft drink. Like I say, we're looking, the objective is to do strictly local. We have Marby, ginger, sea moss, and we have fruit punch with orange sea moss. Apart from that, we also have sea moss ice cream. We have the dry sea moss, which you can get available. We have these packets half pound for $10.
Well, I spent 11 years, 4 months inside the force, police force. But it wasn't for me because I'm a kind of person, so I'm talented. So I just want to use my talent to show people what I'm good at. Showcasing my products, which range from barbecue grills, black small, gates, whether wooden and metal. And I also do beds also, furnitures, and so on.
It started one day when I decided I had enough of buying liquid detergents. I was like, there must be some way I could make my own detergent. I mean, like, this is the 21st century and all. So I went on YouTube and I found a lady who did her own home detergent. And I got the ingredients that she suggested and I tried it and it came out pretty good. Oil, our local coconut oil. I have some medicinal bars and some bars for just general bathing. For example, I have turmeric, I have neem, I have calendula and sulfur. Those are mainly the medicinal bars. They use like acne, they use psoriasis. To be here to showcase my products because they are 100% pure. They are not diluted, straight from the apiary. So I'm happy to be here to promote my honey.
The exhibition was organized by Senator Kay Bacchus-Batiste, who played host at the convention.
A mini exhibition, and there you have it. There you have it. I am asking each and every one of you, go to those 12 stalls, look at the creativity of our people. And next time we do it, it's going to become our yearly feature. Next time we do it, it would be bigger. This is just a mini one. Please, we provided them with the tables, the chairs, the venue, the advertisement, everything free of charge. All they have to do is to bring their produce and sell them. This is how you develop your people.
As the Ministry of Agriculture gets ready to host Agri Expo 2019, Forestry Supervisor Cornelius Richards said members of the public can expect a wide variety of local food that should be food products on showcase during the 4-day event from October 16th to 19th. He said the expo will give persons the opportunity to examine many agricultural foods and other products made locally and expose farmers to opportunities for marketing, learn more about adding value to their agricultural products, as well as examine the technologies which drive some of the agricultural subsectors.
Having a field exposition area, that's where forestry, animal health and production, our fisheries, soil and water conservation, agriculture engineering, that's where they're going to set up and show you the technology that exists today in the sector. For example, forestry, I understand the intent to run a full-time demonstration of wood conversion using different technologies that most Vincentians may not even be aware that we have in the country, converting trees into lumber. We'll be having, we'll be showing you how to do rustic backyard gardens for the purpose of growing food at home. The design of a rustic greenhouse, rainwater harvesting technology, solar, utilizing solar for energy production, you name it. We'll be working with our parallel sister institutions, CARDI, ICA, etc., to show exactly what we do by way of strengthening the technical capacity of our sector to move forward. And that is just really the tip of the iceberg. We'll also be having a food court. The intention in having that food court is to provide an opportunity to vendors to provide to you locally produced food. The kind you really can't go into Kingston and get on a daily basis. We'll be providing that in a food court setting.
Richard said it is hoped that the expo will help to change the mindset of the public relating to food and food production locally.
At the end of this event, that we'll go away thinking more clearly of how we eat, how we produce food, how we feed ourselves. I say there's a difference. Producing food doesn't mean that you're feeding yourselves from it. Because some farmers produce food and do not eat the food that they produce. They will grow the chani and dash in and go to the supermarkets and buy cornflakes. But we will teach you how to grow the food and use the food. We'll also be having at the venue several persons and cooperatives physically doing work. For example, broom making, traditional bamboo broom making, stuff like that, mat making, production of certain food items. We'll be showing you how honey is produced. We'll be having live hives on site. We'll be actually converting honey combs into honey, except we'll be doing the physical extraction, all these things. You can come to sample our local value-added commodities like our cocoa, etc. The idea is that we're going to be packing this venue with so many things that you'd want to come back day after day after day.
The forestry supervisor said the engine of growth in the country relies on food and water, and the exposition will highlight areas of interest where the youth can create their own livelihood.
We're going to have these students exhibiting their products to show that, hey, you don't have to sit on the block and get yourselves in trouble. You can get up, you can produce, you can do well, and you can lift this nation. So Agri Expo SVG 2019 is a platform to do that. We're asking you to come to Annesville between the 16th and the 18th of October to be with us and to share in a moment, I think, of liberative thinking so that we can lift the sector, the agriculture sector, from how it is perceived by many Vincentians. Oh, agriculture gone through. It's now being replaced by other sectors. Yes, there are emerging sectors, but all of those sectors still rely on food and water. Yes. Your tourism sector relies on food and water. Your business sector relies on food, and the engine of growth in our country relies on food and water. And quality food and quality food commodities is the way to go.
The Marion House, which will celebrate 30 years of service in SVG tomorrow, is boasting of the 1,800 youths, 600 parents and drug users and abusers, 10,000 clients that have benefited from its programming over these years. Marion House is the only professional counseling center in SVG that was instituted in 1989 to assist and counsel Vincentians struggling with social problems. In an interview with SVG-TV News today, Director of Marion House, Jeannie Oliver, said that all of the programs initiated over the years have been very successful. Oliver said that the programs are being funded internationally and regionally, and they have recently launched a youth assistance program in the Rose Hall community. She said that the institution continues to empower and develop the youth into better individuals.
I could speak particularly of the youth assistance program. We have an 80% employment rate. We have, to date, we have graduates who have obtained jobs as security officers at United Nations in New York. One was an officer in the police force in St. Kitts and Nevis, and there's another one who is there as well. There's one who is actually working in the office on the farm program in Canada. And we have one who is a medical doctor, and he will be on our documentary that we are producing, that we are working on. We have one who is doing her internship in medicine as well. She is from the Georgetown group. The one who is presently a doctor, medical doctor, he is from the Kingston group. So in terms of our achievement, we think we have done exceptionally well. Not that we can't do more, and not that we're striving for excellence, but we are trying amidst every single obstruction or any other obstacle in our way.
Oliver said because they see the need for better parenting skills and techniques to prevent child abuse in the homes, they have introduced a new parenting program. The program is available for all parents across SVG who will be involved in therapeutic and counseling sessions on how to deal with anger management and other issues they might have.
Looking at issues that they confront on a day-to-day basis while they are parenting, discussing it, and to look at alternatives to addressing the issues, the problems that they encounter as parents. So it's done based on the needs of the individual parents. We have co-partners, we have fathers and mothers who are in the program, who are sent to the program by the court. There are fathers and mothers who walk in and who come because they figure that they need assistance and that they don't have the answers, all the answers. They recognize that there is a deficit in the parenting techniques, so they will come and they will be part of the program. On Wednesdays, that the parenting program is on Wednesdays. Sometimes you have things like anger management, you have concerns where both parents, they don't live together, they don't get along. So we try to make certain that there is some sort of mediation done, because you have children and it's the children that that's going to be impacted.
The Marion House director is inviting all Vincentians to celebrate their 30th anniversary with them tomorrow at the Cathedral of the Assumption, where they will host a Thanksgiving service. She said following the service, the staff will visit some of the programs that they have undertaken.
We will visit, the staff will visit the other groups because we are centralized in Kingston. So you have the Rose Hall group and you have the Georgetown group, so staff members will visit. And we will also be putting together our radio program. Our radio program actually started yesterday with the Catholic Youth Forum, where the youths from the youth program, this year's program, were able to highlight their journey during this year's program. You see, our program consists of three. The youth program consists of three components. The first component consists of basically life skills for 6 months at Marion House. Then you go to the Technical Institute for about 2 months, and after that you go on internship. So right now, all the youths from the three centers, Rose Hall, Kingston, and Georgetown, are on attachment and apprenticeship. So during the rest of the week, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be visiting our youths wherever they are, at the bar, at the hotels, at the food places. Those who did auto mechanic will be visiting. Those who did electrical will be visiting them. So all the youths who are on an internship from the three programs will be visited during the rest of this week.
11 students pursuing tertiary education were each awarded a bursary today of 5,000 EC dollars from the General Employees Cooperative Credit Union, GECU. This is the first time that the credit union is offering such a large amount in bursaries to university students, totaling some 55,000 EC dollars. 8 of the bursary recipients are pursuing undergraduate programs with the University of the West Indies Open Campus. Chairperson of GECU's Scholarship Committee, Dr. Minerva Glasgow, said the recipients were selected from 76 applicants and forms part of GECU's 55th anniversary celebrations.
It is part of the social and community contract that GECU as a credit union owes to its members. Let me stress one thing. The funding that you receive today comes about to the shares of the ordinary members of GECU, who faithfully pay up their shares. Some ordinary men and women who are committed to making this institution succeed and who are cognizant of the need to save for the rainy day. And while you may not be in a position to express your gratitude to each and every one of your fellow members, you can do so symbolically by excelling in your studies, so that without being selfish, you can give back something to your fellow citizens and help in his or her development through diverse ways.
GECU's president, Harold Lewis, told the recipients that they form part of the lucky bunch of awardees, while program officer at the UWI Open Campus, Monica Brown, said that financial problems are usually an issue for students and thanked GECU for living up to its corporate responsibilities.
To commend GECU for once again coming to the rescue of our nation's students by offering these well-needed bursaries. Our students continue to experience financial challenges. Thus, the receipt of these bursaries will, I'm sure, help with some of these issues. We So we do appreciate institutions like GECU who continue to give back to our society by supporting the advancement of our citizens.
Also present at the bursary awards ceremony was Deputy Chief Education Officer Dixon Findley, who reiterated the importance of education and the need for collaboration with other companies.
Ensure that what we do is to ensure that every Vincentian receive a quality education. But we cannot do it alone. We need the support of partners like GECU, the parents, and all of us in St. Vincent. So we have to work together to raise our children. When we lift the quality of education, the country is going to benefit, GECU is going to benefit, and the society is going to get better.
Also at today's ceremony, GECU awarded the winners in the essay competition that was open to students at the primary and secondary level. The first place position in the primary category went to Jaden Fraser of the Kingstown Preparatory School, while the secondary school category was captured by Jonalia John of the St. Vincent Girls High School.